Hey everyone, we're back on Toulan. The events come early this month because of the Halloween event on Monterey at the end of the month. And so they moved it to the middle of the month. So we're back. We're going to do these Jeef Zaheres a little bit. We're going to work on this Codex. We should, in theory, be progressing this a little bit. It moves so slowly, sometimes we question it, but it's definitely moving up a little bit. It's just really, really slow. So let's take a skill pill and a loot pill here so that we can hunt a little lazy on the not having to loot part anyway. Now let's just get started. And if the LR20 here isn't doing enough damage, we can switch to what I like to call our Wookiee bowcaster. It's that arbalist. Uh, I'll pull it up. Adora Ballista. Uh, we were just looking for something to burn out, and that one looked promising. It had low markup, so we thought we'd play around with it. And I kind of like the look, even if I do wish it had a little bit better efficiency. Oh man, these are looking nice right out the gate. That was a 44 ped one. And there's another group on the far side hunting. Now this is pretty good. They get to us, but not before they've taken significant damage. And I think that other thing that we might have to like run into loot a little bit. I think it hits probably about 10, 20 DPS harder than this one. Still getting, I don't know, 0.2% or so per kill. The downside to these is they're mutants, and our mutant looter level is a little on the low side. Um, we do have the first hidden skill unlocked though. So that's always nice. But we unlock that through the animal looting. They share that xenobiology skill. Which is extremely hard to work up, and I believe I only have a couple hundred points in it. Because the only way to work that skill up is to go around and scan stuff. Well, animals specifically. Or mutants, I guess, depending on which one you have unlocked. I assume when you unlock the skill, you can work it up by scanning either one. I don't necessarily know that it has to be the one you unlocked it through. And in fact, I would suspect not. Will be exciting. We'll get a bunch of skills out of this today. And we got a little mini hit right out the gate, so we won't be able to complain too much about the loot, I don't imagine. Although these guys don't really drop too much, that's kind of worth going after. Outside during the event, and these are event mobs, so they're only around during the event, there's this infinitesimally small chance that a page will drop. And those are literally linked. If you loot one of those, you get a land deed, an apartment, a booth, something. Now, we are working that Toulan Citizenship Programme. It'll give us the newbie clothes, which don't look horrible, honestly. But it also gets us access to warps from Monterey to Toulan and back. Um, the planetary partner has a warp ship that they take periodically, and you see my reaping skill is really low. Um, that's the hidden skill associated with mutant looting, the that you unlock at level 30. And so we have not worked that up hardly at all. And so that will hinder our ability to get really great loot. We can still do pretty good though. It just won't be as good as it could be. But with reasonable armor like this, these guys are not much of a challenge. And so we won't have to stop and heal. The Mayhem armor gives pretty reasonable all-around protection. Now, obviously, they do get through it. Um, and I'm not sure if they're just overpowering our armor or it's just a damage type we're weak on. Like, they do like 20% acid or something like that. I'm not saying they do, but I know I'm pretty sure the Wahesh do have an acid component, and those Duhal have a cold component. Yeah, max range. This is about the perfect DPS for these guys. And maybe we go a little higher, but I mean for it to be perfect. I see that sometimes it's only 0.1% on that Zaher challenge. And so let's look at the loot. It's going to be mostly shrapnel. We'll get a little bit of that eye oil and that animal oil residue. That's pretty common. The animal hide will be nice. We'll use that to craft some textures later on when we collect enough. But I don't know how many of these you'd have to kill to finish this quest. But I would guesstimate in the tens of thousands somewhere. Like it's a lot of kills. I think we've done 4 or 5 events now, and we're what, 10%? So we're getting about 0.5% to 1% ish per like hunt we do on them. I mean, the good news is they're easy to hunt and we don't have to run around. It's a big spawn. Plus, this will help us get our damage component up for the BLP guns as well, which we're still trying to finish qualifying on that minigun. I probably should have just sold it, but instead, we've spent months qualifying to use it, and it'll be burnt out, and I'll probably never loot another one. But that's neither here nor there. It really has helped us be a pretty well-rounded character. Um, and maybe I specialize in the future. But I really like the ability to just loot something and be like, oh, is it worth using? Yes. Well, I'd like to use it up. Part of it's because I'm just willing to use most of that stuff up. And that's how we've qualified on so many different things. And we're still missing some of the Mind Force stuff because, well, I haven't looted a bunch of it. And I haven't gone out of my way to qualify on it either. Pyro I have. And there was another one. I think it was the Electro one. Let's take a quick peek. Yeah, it was the Electrokinesis. And then I have eluded some cold chips from Rocktopia, I think it was. Like the level ones. I got a bunch of them when we were doing the Ripper Snappers or whatever the little fish, low level fish mob is that's also on Calypso. Maybe we'll Codex on that one when we go back. I know we haven't finished out any of the Codexes on Calypso. I think 15, 17 is probably our highest. There's a little bit of Jeef hide. That's not bad. But is it worth anything? Oh yeah, 200% markup. That's good. But yeah, for the most part, we're gonna get shrapnel. I think up these guys, especially monetarily speaking, it's gonna be majority shrapnel. I say that, but that first hit gave us all that animal oil residue, so it's being a little unbalanced because of that one big hit that we started with, which I find completely acceptable. It can stay unbalanced. In fact, they want to throw another hit in there, or an actual global, because the global threshold on these is 50 ped. And so anything under 50 ped, and you get no trumpets, no swirlies, but 40 something ped loot is still 40 something ped loot. And I, for one, am not going to complain about it. Although, don't get me wrong, everyone loves to hear the trumpets. I mean, ideally, everyone's here for a page, I believe. Everyone's trying to win a piece of property on Toulan. One, because they're pretty valuable, and two, it's while it's a small planet, it's a pretty nice planet. It has a small, thriving economy, but it has an active planetary partner that's continuing to upgrade and add new things. Oh, cool. Those have a little bit of markup as well. So they do drop a few things that have some markup. So if you had a better looting skill, in theory you would get those more often than we're getting them today. I don't know if it's enough to make these guys profitable to hunt ever, but it definitely will eat away at your losses a little bit if you start getting more markup stuff than less. But we'll slowly get there. As you can tell today, we're getting a little bit of a boost from the scourging and the reaping. Also, the anatomy will go into it, and dexterity, which we get from shooting. What else was going in there that we were getting? Ah, that perception that goes in there, and some alertness we'll get as well, I believe, from being attacked. But I haven't seen that skill up yet, so maybe not. The anatomy is a big one for both the animal and the mutant looter, though. I think like 7%. And so now we're just going to chain out a ton of these in the hopes that we get something to drop a little bit, but and hopefully, because we would like to see a little bit of progress on this little. In fact, maybe I put that under it so it's easier to see the bar. I mean, you can see we're about kind of on the E, 3/4 ish. But again, if it moves, it'll move like a single tick in today's hunt, probably. Oh, that was a nice one. About 5.5 head. Now, obviously, if we were hunting those high-level evolved Wahesh, that would probably be going a lot faster because we would be using a much bigger gun. I mean, assuming we had the skill for it, which we don't. But if we did, it would be a much bigger gun. I am kind of curious if we're on the edge of being able to take those Evo holes yet. The little blue cave troll looking things. I just kind of thought they probably hit a little hard since we don't have a ton of cold protection. And I think they have a lot of hit points. And I'm not sure we pack enough DPS. So that was a nice one too. 14-ish head. Almost 15. So occasionally they loot okay here. Someone's flying the chopper in. I do kind of like that little chopper. You get one on Rocktopia from doing the newbie quest through the thing. You also think they're craftable as well. I think we popped a blueprint for that Dragonfly one at one point, so we probably still have it somewhere. There's that perception boost. That's a looter skill as well. And there's a daily here for both anatomy and perception. The anatomy is that tab. It's like kill 200 tabs, gives you a small amount of anatomy, repeatable after a 1 hour lockout. And the perception is the same way. It's at the mission terminal. It's kill 35 Bari, and then it gives you a small amount of perception. I like to combo that 35. Oh man, that's a mega fucking penalty, and that guy just hit 12,000 ped. I like to combo the kill 35 Bari. Sometimes I'll get the kill 100 Bari, and then I'll just do the kill 35 in 3 little waves, just to kind of maximize my skill gain. Like I'll kill 35, I'll go do something else, I'll kill some tabs or something, go back, kill another 35, go kill, do some other dailies, some other quests, work on something for a second, do the crafting daily maybe. It takes about an hour. You gotta do 1,000 attempts. It's actually about 75 minutes, but then go back. And then sometimes we'll just pick them both up and we'll just run them through, where we'll just kill 100 in a row and claim both rewards. But there are definitely ways to maximize your return on the ped you spend. Especially on this planet, there's a lot of daily quests, which can kind of eat away. a little bit of extra skill in which anytime you go hunting, you can expect a little bit of a loss unless you get lucky, hit a big global, or get a bunch of stuff that has high markup. Oh, nice little skill boost. What we get? 162%. That's epic. Let those skills roll in for the next 5 minutes. Was it a 5 minute boost or just a 2 minute boost? It was indeed a 5 minute boost. I thought I read that right, but then I questioned myself afterwards. And so right outside the Guardian Village where the tabs are, or used to be during the event. And so they removed these tab spawns and they put this Jeef Zaher host in. And so if you want tabs, you got to go up north of this snow mountain, like right up in this area. Or I guess if you're doing tabs, you could do the wave event, but I think most people avoid that because of Carmouche at the end. Yeah, the Codex is definitely slowed down a little bit. It's going to take us a little bit to get our next rank. And I don't think that other quest is moved today yet. We're still hopeful though. We'll get a tick sooner or later. It'll kind of be a pain once we get past that, like the halfway mark. There's not much to track it on word wise. And so we'll just kind of be guessing. It'll be like the old EverQuest days where you're like, I think I saw my XP bar move. So back in the day there, XP was really hard, like slow to get. And they didn't have like the blue sub bar that they have now. It was just the main orange bar, which one orange bar is the whole level, and each blue bar was like 1/5 of a level. And so they put that in so you could see it a little easier at some point. Because before people would literally just hunt for hours and be like, nah, I think I saw the yellow move a hair. Um, and so that's kind of what this reminds me of a little bit. But we're getting really good skills coming out here for these events, and they're a lot of fun. It's nice to see big groups of people hunting. When the boss spawns, there's a level 80 that spawns out here. It's nice to see everyone kind of get together as a community and take it down. But this is kind of nice. This is more people that I've seen out doing the Jeef spawns, so it seems that there's more participation for this month's event than last month's, which is kind of nice to see. Yeah, I think we're only getting about 10% of a codex every 15, 20 minutes, which you kind of expect as you get into the higher ranks of the codex that it'll take longer. And yes, we could speed that up by using a bigger weapon. I'm kind of enjoying burning out these lower guns that we've just started being able to make from doing that weapon manufacturing daily on Cyrene so much. Well, basically, we just included it in our daily missions for doing all the badges to unlock the plates and armor, in which we're still almost to unlock the the first upgrade on the plate. So at 300 badges, you get that officer plate, and then at 600 badges, you can adjust it. And we're at like 589 or something like that. So the next time we're on Cyrene, we'll try and do the daily a couple of times, get over that mark, and kind of plink away. So the plates upgrade every 300 badges. You can get access to the next one, and then the armor is every 500 badges. So, but those require those pristine elements that take forever to get at my level of hunting and whatnot. They take forever to get. I guess if you're lucky and you're like, nah, I'm just gonna roll through using this mega gun and one shot all of these Panellians for 12 hours. I respect your grind. That's not on the table for me though. Same with the people that come out here and rip out this citizen program in like one event or two. That is excellent, and I respect that people can do that. I don't have the ped card or the patience, honestly, to grind on these for that long of a period of time. Well, that's neat. We made a dent in the next looter level for these guys. Let's see. Yeah, a couple of percent. And it's getting even more popular as people are logging in. They seem to keep coming out here. There's another couple of people that just joined. Yeah, so it looks like shrapnel, eye oil, and the animal oil residue is the majority of what we got today. We did get a couple of extractors though, and a little bit of paint. That's always nice. And that has markup. We're gonna keep. Maybe I should just keep the stuff that we has markup in one little section, and we'll put everything else up in up top wherever it belongs. Kind of stuff we're keeping and stuff we think we might get rid of. Well, I think we're actually at the end of the E now. So it did definitely, we got a little bit of a boost up there. Nothing amazing, but a tick is a tick, especially when it's slow like this. Always a reason to celebrate. One step closer to our dual citizenship. I just teared up that little laser rifle. That's the good thing about limited weapons too. They automatically tear up versus the permanent where you have to invest a bunch of materials into them. All right, we're slowly making some progress here. Oh, that was only 0.1% on the Codex. I kind of like this spot. With the rifle, you don't even have to move. It's literally just plink the next one, and they respawn, but not really close enough that they aggro and double team you like that. See how the bigger bowcaster does here. Oh, that's better DPS, but not significant. Oh, maybe it is a little significant. Oh yeah, that's definitely faster. Yeah, I'm really kind of wondering if we can do. Oh, an alpha. That's different. That's a mob pill. Allows you to turn into a mob and attack people. Interesting. Well, that's kind of cool. I will say that's the first time I've got one of those to drop out here. The mob should have taken that pill and turned into a more badass version of himself, since he's a young and it's for an alpha. All right, let's go ahead and wrap up with that one. We're about halfway through that codex and a small little dent in that Toulan Citizenship Program. I hope everyone is having an amazing day. Stay epic.